Good morning. Welcome to another Monday Morning Coffee with Melissa. I'm your host, Melissa. Cheers. So last week we talked about taking 100% responsibility for your own life. And one thing I shared from my personal experience is that, when I did that, I felt a huge sense of freedom. Like I was like, okay, I got here, because of the choices I made. And so that means if I make different choices, I can get to an even better place in my life. Woohoo! Like it just is like it's so amazing. And for me being very anxiety driven, it has helped me. So for me, with my anxiety, I get a lot of anxiety over things I can't control, the unknown. And I feel like other people could probably relate, like sometimes the type A, the control freaks, like that is me, like total, like, oh my God, I have to have control over everything. And so taking 100% responsibility really helped me get over that and really, really helped decrease my anxiety. So with that being said, I thought this next topic about owning your happiness would be an amazing topic to follow. Take 100% responsibility for your life. So I believe I got this from an Oprah book, which I will share with you in next week's Monday Morning Coffee video. But I'm pretty sure it's from there, but I know I read it somewhere recently and it just really resonated with me. I thought, wow, like own your happiness. Like, what does that mean? Now, it can mean different things to everyone. To me, what that means is really finding happiness, first of all, from within. My mom always said, happiness is a choice. It doesn't matter what's going on around us. Happiness is a choice. You choose to be happy. And I heard a Mary Kay sales director say years and years ago that, happiness is a choice. I'm trying to think of it now. What was it that she said? I just had it in my head. Choose to be happy no matter what. And an example that she used was, when someone says no to a facial in Mary Kay, or no, I don't want to be a consultant, or whatever it is, no, I don't want to buy your product. Like, choose to be happy no matter what, regardless of if that person said yes or no to you. And it's just like, okay, great. I'm not going to let that person's answer, determine how happy I am, determine my happiness. I'm going to choose to be happy no matter what. And I really think that's a lot about like owning your happiness and and also just being happy with what you have in your life. We are, talking a lot about, our next step, like Scott and I's next big step in our life. And this last 6 months have been really, really challenging and a big transition phase for me because I went from working a corporate job, like working in an environment where I was surrounded by people that I was talking all day with, to home. I went from that to working from home to really being isolated, doing a lot of writing, creating programs. And it was like, oh my gosh, I was losing my mind. And some other things were going on too. And I just was like, oh my gosh, and I just really didn't feel happy. My anxiety levels were high. And then, as the more I work from home, the more I gain coaching clients, the more social interaction I have, the more I kind of get the hang of working from home, because it's a big transition for extroverts. If you are an extrovert and you're thinking about working from home, reach out to me and I will either have a cup of coffee with you over Zoom or take you to coffee and just share with you my challenges with it. But that's actually a whole nother video, one that I may share later on. But one thing I've learned a lot is to really just like be happy no matter what, you know? And one thing that really helps me like really kind of have a different perspective on things when I'm maybe not where I want to be is setting a goal, like making plans for the future and doing what you can today, like today, right now, to further yourself towards that goal. My friend Vanessa, her husband, always says, you know, you're moving the ball down the field. He uses a football analogy, and I love that, because it's like doing that, then you're like, okay, I'm almost there. Okay, I got this. I can do this. And it really kind of tunes out the areas of your life where maybe you aren't so happy. Now, with that being said, owning your own happiness could also mean if you really truly are not happy, you're in a relationship that's not serving you anymore, you're in a job that's not serving you anymore, you're living in a place that's not serving you anymore, you know, own your happiness and go either get out of that relationship or go to counseling and try and mend it. Look for somewhere else to live. Look for a job that you're passionate about, that you love, and just go out there and just go do things that make you happy. Own it, like really own your happiness. And don't let people bring you down either. You know, I have had people tell me in the past, like, oh my gosh, you're so happy all the time, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, the reality is, no, I'm not. But also they'd be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'd get kind of like snooty remarks, but I'm like, I don't care. I don't care because I own my happiness. I am proud of it. And I'm excited about my life and where it's going and where I am, regardless of what's happening around me. And we've got to do that to keep our sanity. And it really helps, like I said before, it really helps ease my anxiety, you know? And I feel like I don't fall into my bouts of depression that often anymore. And when I do, I'm much more resilient to coming out of them. Same thing with the anxiety too. So anyways, I hope this helped. I love this topic of owning your own happiness. I'm just so fascinated by it because I really do believe we have control over our happiness. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you got some takeaways from it. Message me, let me know what your takeaways are. I'd love to hear from you. All right, enjoy your day and I will see you next week. Cheers.